This episode is brought to you by our fearless sponsor, Choircast, the podcast network that's basically the hidden immunity idol of audio storytelling. They back the bold, the curious, and the people who probably wouldn't make it past day 3 without coffee. Thanks, Choircast, for helping us keep the fire burning even after our torches got snuffed. Well, mine anyway. Todd won.
Welcome to Beyond the Torch. I'm Todd Herzog here with Leslie Neese, and we have a wonderful guest joining us today. So this man is a Survivor icon and legend.
100%.
He first appeared in Survivor Fiji and then appeared again in Survivor Micronesia Fans versus Favorites. The one, the only Yau-Man. Welcome, Yau-Man.
Thank you.
We are so happy you're here. You are just literally like Survivor royalty.
Fans and Favorite was a forgettable season for me.
Well, that's
but
okay.
Fiji was iconic for you.
Iconic. Yes. Such a great season. We loved watching you on it. And we have a crap ton of questions. We can't wait to hear about your Survivor experience. But we always like to kick off each episode with, it's called The Fans Have Spoken. And what's happening is like fans are calling in and leaving voicemails, and they just kind of tell us what they love about the show. And we're just kind of celebrating because we're almost at 50 seasons of this amazing show that has changed so many lives. And so we like to hear what the, what the fans think. So today we're going to hear from Corey. Are you guys ready?
Ready.
All right, let's go.
Hey, this is Corey Tugwell from Greenville, North Carolina, and Survivor has impacted my life tremendously in a very positive way. Starting at the very beginning, we would meet as a family every Thursday when Survivor came on Thursdays and hang out and eat dinner and watch Survivor. And to this day, well, now, of course, Wednesdays we meet and we have our Survivor night with our family. And so it means a lot to me. It means time spent with family, smiles, good times, laughs, games, food, fellowship. So it's the highlight of my week. And most recently in 2020, I created an online reality game, what they call an org. And it's based on the show Survivor. And several people that have played it are either in a relationship, have gotten engaged, or married. And now I've hosted 20 seasons between now and then, and I've met several Survivor players and become really good, close friends with them. I'm so grateful for Todd and Leslie and all they've done for me in my fandom career. There's nothing much I could say other than it has impacted my life in a very positive way, and I'm very blessed.
Aw.
Well, thank
How
you, Corey.
sweet.
Wow.
We love Corey.
We love Corey.
Have you met Corey, Yau-Man? Do you remember maybe?
I may
Probably.
have. In some event, I'm sure if he's a fan that comes to some of those events, yes.
Yeah. He's great. And you know what? He is like I think his favorite season was China. And so he is very, very sweet and very kind and always sharing pictures and getting people excited about the show. So he's like a little cheerleader for Survivor. We love Corey. So
the show has been around so long. I'm starting to meet up with the second generation of Survivor fans. It's crazy. I work in a camera store, and somebody about a few years ago put my Survivor picture next to the register. And occasionally, because we sell old film camera, and we get a lot of older people come in, who want to, relive their days, come by film camera, do shoot. And some of them, they'll come with the kids, and these are like maybe middle school kids, and then they see my picture, right? And the parents have to introduce them, and then they go, we watched Survivor together as a family, and they are so excited.
Yeah, your season was season 14, the one right before 14. Ours. We were 15, so we were right after you. And so I remember watching your season thinking, I knew I was going to be on the show at that point. And I was like, oh, I hope there's a Yau-Man on my season. We didn't have a Yau-Man, but
we didn't have a Yau-Man. We were not fortunate enough. Yeah. So, Yao, I am curious. When did you start watching Survivor?
I never watched Survivor.
Never.
Except, yeah. So when I was called, uh, I told them I don't watch much TV. I never watch it, except I watched the first season. And
Okay.
the only reason I watched the first season, it was made in Borneo. And I grew up in Borneo.
What?
I didn't know you
In fact,
grew up
they
in Borneo.
staged the show in the capital city of the state of Sabah, which is Kota Kinabalu. That's where I grew up.
No
Wow.
way.
Yeah.
Full
And
circle
so
moment.
I met some of the people who, the Borneo one especially. You remember Sonia Christopher?
Mhm,
Of
Yeah, she
mhm.
just
course.
passed away. And she's telling me about the hotel resort, that they stay in. I said, yeah, that's quite near, my house and my school.
Wow.
And the funny thing is, when I went back to my school reunion in 2003,
Mm.
okay, I met up with some of my old classmates, and it turned out that one of my schoolmates, he's one class senior to me, he was the Minister of Tourism for the state.
Really?
Oh,
And
wow.
he's the guy who convinced Mark Burnett
No.
to have that show there.
Are you kidding
They
How
me?
gave
cool
him
is
all
that?
the necessary, that we'll do the paper, we'll get all the things. And then he took them around and show him the island where you can do these things, right? But this guy, John Gagat, he had no idea what the show is about, right?
Yeah.
Just,
I don't think
Mark Burnett
anybody
giving
did at
him a
that point.
pitch, yeah, about setting up American show in Borneo, right? So it's the
Wow.
Malaysian Borneo, not the Indonesian Borneo. So anyway,
Mm.
so we talked about it, and and then later on he became the governor of the state for having this big thing. Suddenly everybody know what Borneo is.
Oh, wow.
How
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I had
is
never
that?
heard of Borneo until Survivor.
yeah,
And then
right.
it was like
So
iconic.
so
So,
anyway, what happened is that I think, remember the season before mine was Cook Island?
Uh-huh.
mhm,
It
mhm.
was the different race,
Yes.
Yep.
each type of race. My season, they were going to do the same thing.
Yes, I
Mm.
heard that. They were going to do
Exactly
race
the
again.
same thing.
Oh, I didn't know
Okay.
that. Okay.
So they were sort of recruiting, right? So very few Asians applied to the show at that time. Right now there are a few more, but they get a lot of 20-something white male from Midwest or whatever.
Yes, absolutely.
So somebody decide that they have to go, beat the bushes and get some Asians. Right. So someone decide, I think, to canvas sports Asians play, right? Table tennis, badminton, things like that. So I'm a certified coach, an umpire. So my name and address, everything is listed at USATT. So they call quite a number of people from that list. And the reason I found out is that at that time I was coaching the UC Berkeley team, and the following year we made it to the nationals. And I've met a few, like quite a number of other Asian coaches, and said, "Hey, they called me too. How come I didn't get on?" They called me, "Have you heard of Survivor?" And I said, "Well, not really, but I did watch the first show because it's made in Borneo, right?" So, and
Yeah.
I'm from Borneo. They were very excited. It's like
I'm
they
sure.
called me same that day many times and say, "Hey, we're gonna FedEx you the form. Can you FedEx it back and everything?" Right. So if you remember before the show came on, it was like, "Yau-Man, the man from Borneo," was one of the taglines.
Oh, see, I
Wow.
don't remember that, but wow. I can't believe I don't remember that. That being a super fan of the show, I can't believe that didn't stick out to me.
Yeah.
I just loved your personality. I just thought you were just so amazing and
Thank you.
analytical, and you almost had like a specific strategy throughout the entire game that you meticulously carried out. I've never seen anything like it. It was amazing. And
But
so likable in the
thank you.
process.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I'm one of what you would call people pleaser, right? I don't want to be confrontational, right? We'll go along with it. And now, on the other hand, I may be seething when I'm going along with it. I'm not the one who goes, "No, shut up."
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I guess then when you do that, you come along, or you come out as really the nice guy, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Mhm.
I mean,
Yeah, it's true.
listen, I've met you, Yau-Man, and you are a nice guy. Like you are
Yeah.
just really the nice guy. But I think what impressed me most with your gameplay in Survivor Fiji was the fact that, you know, everybody loves to judge a book by its cover. And
Right.
you were a challenge beast. You were strategic. You played this game so well. And as many people in the Survivor world
Yeah.
know, we feel like you got
The strategy going in was that, you know, I am the old weak guy, right? So
Yes.
when we were in the tribe competitions, you know, challenges, I stay low, right?
Mhm.
All I want to do is not to be blamed for losing anything, right?
Yes.
Yes, I can relate as
Under
the
the
woman.
radar, don't get blamed. And then once we go to individual immunity, you know, I'm on my own. That's where, you know, so when my friends watch the show, they go, God, this is a boring show. I said, yeah, the first half of the show when we're in types, you know, nothing, we were losing. And you don't see me much because I'm just like, stay back, mellow out, don't be blamed for losing. And, you know, then you make it past, right?
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
and it was a lot more interesting after that. So,
Yeah,
So,
that's so
okay,
fun.
I'm curious when you first got there. So, for those who don't know, it was supposed to be like Cook Islands, divided into 4 tribes with race.
Yeah.
But very last second, somebody quit.
yeah. So the night before we were launching the island, one person had a panic attack.
Oh, I'm so
Yeah.
sad for them.
Yeah. It was like early in the morning. And so she was evacuated. And
they had to
now
change
we
everything.
don't have enough. Now instead of 20, we started with 19.
Are you
That's why.
kidding?
That's
Oh
why
my
they switched it
goodness.
up.
Yeah, we
He
started
had a
at
panic
19.
attack.
And it was too late. So they always have alternates, right? But it was
Mhm.
way too late
to do it.
bring
The
in the
night before,
alternate.
yeah.
So because now that season, that year was also the Apprentice have and have not season, right?
Yes,
Right.
yes.
So they quickly switched gear and
To
did
have not tapes.
have and have not. So I ended up in the have not camp with
I
nothing
was
the
gonna
others
say.
luxury. Yes.
It's pretty impressive though, Yau-Man, that you were in the have not tribe. You guys didn't lose or win a lot. And yet, you know, being the oldest man on the tribe, you stayed put. You didn't go anywhere. Like that to me is so impressive. Usually
when they lose doing
Yeah.
stupid thing, I don't say, hey, I told you so, whatever. It doesn't matter. You don't listen to advice. We'll go along with it, right? That's where you go. Yeah, you know, just be harmless.
Yeah.
That's important.
I love that actually. Just be harmless. That's a great
That
strategy.
is a really good
As long as
strategy.
they're not blamed for losing.
Yes,
we can make it
yes.
through.
What was your first thought when you got out there and you saw everybody? What was your like assessment of the situation? Did you have a feeling you would do well?
All the guys in that season were big, hunky guys, right?
Yes.
You did have
And
some
I
big
was
ones.
a scrawny Asian kid. I mean, even like Mookie and the other guys, they were big, right?
They were big
Yeah,
guys.
And I go, oh my God, I stand no chance. All right. As long as I'm not the first boot, I'm good with that. Right. So fortunately they changed it. There was one odd person, you know, what's her name, got sent to Exile Island right away and then come back. Right. So yeah, no, it was scary. It's like, oh no, I won't last, you know, more than a couple of days here. So
Did you when you first got there, you know how you can't talk initially and you can only like assess everyone.
Right.
Did you like feel a connection with anybody before the game started? Because I think we all kind of do, but
not really.
not really.
We were well separated, right?
Oh, were you?
Yeah. They somebody had the earphone, you know, they were listening to a little bit loud and got yelled at because they don't want you to figure out what music they like and
then judge them.
Yeah, it was really
interesting.
Wow. That's interesting.
Okay.
So who was the first person that you really connected with on the island?
Well, I as soon as we settle into our have not camp, I connected with Earl quite well. He seems together. He, you know, all the other people. Now at that time I was 55 years old, right? and these are all 20 something and so on. Whereas Earl really seems very mature. Okay.
Yes.
And I didn't know that he is not as athletic as he looks. Right?
Because he does look super athletic.
Yeah, he does.
He does, right? And I'm going to say I'm attaching myself to this pink hunk of a muscle, right?
That was me with James in our season.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
hunk
Right?
of a muscle. I love that. Yeah.
I love that. And so you guys connected. Did you, I mean, because I know when Todd and I were out there together, like there was so much time to just get to know each other. What were some of the fun conversations that you remember from then?
I don't remember much, but I did remember him telling about, what he likes to do and things like that. And because I'm working the academics, right? He was sort of interested, because it's very different from what he works with, right? So, and then I tried to talk to some of the girls, but they were just a little bit too girly for me.
So great.
So I do have a question from a super fan of yours who he just loves you. His name is Matt Campbell. And he wants to know, have you kept in touch with Dreams?
No, I have not. We have when he was I don't know, he's not as active on Facebook anymore. When he was a few years ago, we did exchange some messages.
And that's pretty much it.
Yeah. And I don't think I've even met him at any of the Survivor gatherings in these years, right?
Yeah,
I've never met him.
Yeah.
Wow.
I've met up with a few people like Earl. Definitely have seen him at gatherings and Mookie and things like that, but I have not seen him. Yeah.
So obviously you do Survivor Fiji, and then it's one season, which is our season, and then you get the call,
right?
The excited call. What was that like for going back a second time? Were you more nervous? Were you excited?
Yeah, I was a lot more nervous, because of my performance on the first season. I know that, I'm going to be a target, right? You can't get away with the harmless feeble old man sort of startup. It ain't gonna work. The gig is up, like they said.
The gig is up.
Gig is up. Well, what was your strategy? Okay, so I know you didn't want to have a lot of attention on you in the beginning, but when you went into it, it seemed like you kind of had your strategy through the whole thing. What specifically were your hopes as you went into it, and did it pan out?
No, because in the second time, I said, well, I will have to be an active participant from the beginning. Not only that, this is the tribe that I'm in, all the people who have had experience, right?
Yes.
It's not their first time. They know exactly what's going on, right? And we know sort of what each other is like.
Yes.
So I don't have anything worked out that other than to be an active participant, right?
Okay.
That I cannot just sit
You have
back.
to be
That
adaptable.
would be perceived as being lazy or whatever, right? As brutal as the first season where we have not, right? So, like in the first season, I did all the water boiling. I opened all the coconuts. I'm working for the tribe.
Yeah.
I'm the guy who's going to help, sustain you, right? Go do things for you. The second season, you don't get that. I can't pull that off, right?
Well,
it's a lot of strong personalities too.
That's one thing too, though. Like I was saying, because me and Leslie have not played more than once. We've only played once. But I never really super thought about it. When you're playing a second time, everybody knows your strategy. Everybody sees what you've done. And you were the most loved contestant, I would say, in years and years and years. So your target was massive. So I can only imagine that. Wow.
Not only that, I have not watched every season. I mean, I've watched most of the season around my season. And so I don't know, a lot of the personality from the earlier days, right? For example, I didn't know, I know of Eliza, but I didn't know how she played, right?
Yeah.
Now I know what's the guy who's from, I think it's from your season, right?
James.
James, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah. He
So
was.
James and Amanda were
Mhm.
from our season.
right. Amanda, yeah.
Yeah. They were both on our tribe actually.
Yeah.
And they played several times after.
Yeah, because they
So.
went on to do Heroes versus Villains as well.
Wow.
Um,
Yeah, that would be so hard, I think, to go back and have everybody know you. And
Right.
you think
Yeah.
about it, they're putting the very strong personalities on there
Right.
too, the ones that rose to the top of their season. So you've got so much, it's like a whole new level of competitiveness is what it seems like.
Oh, there was Ozzy, right?
Oh yeah.
yes.
I recognize him, right? I mean, the man can swim faster than I can run. I mean, when it comes to physical challenge, don't even.
Oh yeah. Oh, so were you ever asked to play a third time?
No,
No.
And are you happy? Are you okay with that? Are you
I'm
happy?
okay with that. I'm okay with that. Yeah.
Do you
Yeah.
watch still today?
No, I don't want. I haven't watched since season 25, I think.
Hey, you made it quite far.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I kind of want to circle back to like you being like raised in Borneo because this is kind of
Yeah.
cool. So were you born there or were
No,
you just
I was born in Hong Kong.
okay?
And the family moved there when I was about, I would say 5 years old. Yeah. So at that time, Borneo, this is, so Borneo was a British colony.
Okay.
Okay. And my dad is from Hong Kong and he worked for the British Naval Dockyard, right? The British Navy had a huge installation in Hong Kong, right? And then in 1950, they start to close down that dockyard. They were going to move the naval, Pacific presence into Singapore or whatever, right? So he basically lost his job with the British government, and so he was given the choice, right? His severance pay go away, or you can go to one of the colonies. We'll hire you. So he decided to take his chances. With them. So at that time, the northern part of Borneo was called North Borneo.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, if you look in history, it's North Borneo. So we went there. So I was 5 years old and moved there. There was nothing, okay? I mean, the whole town has like
trees and
maybe
ocean.
10,000 people. Yeah,
Oh,
my
wow.
dad got a car from the government to let him. He's a building inspector, civil engineer, right? So the car's license plate, I remember, is 2573. That's the 2,703rd car.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So anyway, so it was then in the 50s, and then in 1963, by the 60s, it was considered not cool to have colonies. Okay, like no, it's not. You don't own other people's land, right?
Yeah.
No. So they were encouraged to give up colonies. So, for example, so during the 60s, right, Kenya had independence in 63, Tanganyika split up into, and then so on, so on. And so North Borneo was too remote and so on to be an independent country. So they team up with the next country down, Brunei, Sarawak. They were all British colonies, Singapore and Malaya, to form Malaysia.
Yeah.
So in 1963, Malaysia was formed. Brunei, at the last minute, say, hell no, I'm not joining up with you guys. We have money, we have oil. So we
don't need you.
Country. Yeah. And so what happened then is that my dad is now out of a job again, right? He worked for the colonial government. And so he was given a choice, we send you back to Hong Kong, you'll send your family back, you're on your own, right? There's some severance pay go away. Or you can go to one of our other colonies left.
What?
Wow.
And they're in Africa, right? And my mom said, hell no, we're not going to Africa.
I'm done.
And not only that, it's not going to be a lasting job, right? How long before you go,
Yeah.
hey, we're independent? Or in the third choice, you can stay here and become Malaysians because when Malaysia was formed, you are here, right? So he
Yeah.
decided to take up Malaysian citizen. So we grew up,
Nice.
as Malaysians in Malaysia. So that's
So
how
how
we
did
ended
you
up
end
here.
up in how did you end up in America?
So at that time, there was no universities there. So when I decided to go to college, because it was a former British colony, most of my classmates, they would go to Australia or UK. Now, this was 1969 when my last year of high school, and that was when the US first landed a man on the moon, right?
Right.
And I go, well, hey, if I want to study science, those are the guys that I want to go with, right? So that's why I
Ah,
decided to come to the US.
how exciting.
Yeah,
Wow.
1970 September is when I landed in the US, to start
That's
college.
amazing.
And
So
have
then
been here.
Where did you, which state?
I was in Boston, MIT.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
MIT.
And you've been here since.
Yes.
Hmm.
After I
Interesting.
graduated, I did graduate school at Santa Barbara, and then I went to work in Colorado for the National Bureau of Standards. It's called the Joint Institute for Laboratory Astrophysics. And then Berkeley recruited me, and I came to Berkeley. So I've been in Berkeley since 1984, and finally retired after 30 years.
About 10 years ago, right? You
That
retired.
was awesome.
Wow.
Wow.
That is so cool. I love it.
The
Well,
thing is,
okay,
you
so
learn.
because you and I, Yau-Man, have had some really, really great conversations in the past, either online, I think we've met once in
Right.
person. One thing I know about you is that you have this beautiful curiosity about other
Yeah.
people, and it's super inspiring. And I'm just curious, like coming from that lens, what do you think about Survivor? What do you think that it can teach people about other people? What did you learn when you were on the show? How did you grow? Like, I just think there's something so much bigger than a game. Do you know what I mean?
Well, the problem is that I think I'm one of the few odd people on Survivor in that I'm not really a people person, right? And
Okay.
so I don't go for the warm fuzzies when I'm with people. I'm a little bit too analytical, right?
Huh.
Yeah.
And when I watch Survivor, I'm not concentrated on the social aspect of it, right? And that's my downfall too in being in Survivor, right? In that not knowing after all these days together, right? Not being able to read people and so on, and just analyzing it of the behavior rather than trying to get to know them or understand where they're coming from and so on. I mean, if I have known Dreams and have known about his background and so on, why would I trust somebody like that, right?
Yeah.
It's just
Interesting.
yeah. So when I watch the show, I see all these, different personality profiles and see, are they that predictable? They do this, they do that, right? And I think a lot of people who watch, especially younger people, right, they can get a lot out of, sort of social psychology by just
Yes.
observation that you can see, I know that a lot of editing will skew it a little bit. Of course it does, right?
Yeah, of
But
course.
to see a personality develop by just watching how they behave and what you think they will do next, right? And we're all very consistent, right? We all try to hide it, but in the end, no.
It shows itself.
You can't, I mean, you go in there thinking, I'm not going to do this and I am going to do that. And then
Right.
you do none of that, because when you're stripped of everything, literally, like you have nothing. You don't even have your reputation, which I don't even think we realize how much that means going
Right.
into a
Yes.
situation. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah.
It's like nobody gives a crap. You're all there to win $1 million
Right.
and you'll do whatever it
Exactly.
takes to get there. So you add that element to it. And literally you have to end up becoming the person that you truly are.
Right.
There's no getting out of it. And I think that's why
Especially
there's so
when you're all stressed up,
yes,
really
Yes.
stressed,
starving.
you're hungry, you're pissed off at the world, you haven't
Yeah.
eaten, right?
You're bored.
Like,
Well, so I'm really curious about this. So you said you look at it more in an analytical way. So like, how exactly does that work? Do you predict people and what they're going to do?
Yeah,
Like,
sort of based on my understanding of psychology and so on, I sort of look at it, in a little bit more academic way.
I've
Man,
never really thought of
I
it
would
like
need
that.
an
And I'm
alliance
really
with you,
curious.
Yau-Man. I would need an alliance with you for sure, because
Right.
I'm led by emotions. I show my emotions. I have no logic. I don't think I have a logical bone in my body. And my
You do.
husband is the complete opposite of me. So we make a great match. But when I'm
Yeah.
out there by myself without him,
Yeah.
I need somebody like that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's true. You play with your heart, so you play
Yes.
with your brain.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
And I
But
was a social
We would be
player.
unstoppable.
That's crazy. I love that.
yeah,
Yeah.
no, Survivors is really technically not a game for analytical people.
Well,
It,
I
it
mean,
look,
is.
you made it to
I'm-
the final four.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
I know. But
That's pretty impressive with your handle.
it really, it's the people, right?
Yeah.
I mean, look at all the winners, right? People connects well with other people as opposed to people who analyze people well. No.
See, but you also have me fooled because
Yeah.
I view you as an extremely like social person. Every time I've ever been
Yeah.
around you, you've been so friendly. So
So
I feel like
smiley.
you
And
can
that's
be.
because I have to really put myself out and try.
So it's a
And
lot of
those
effort.
gatherings are actually good for me because then I feel like I should know everybody, even though I know nothing. But it makes me sort of put out to really give it a try, reach out, right? Because if you see me in the party, I'm the guy who's in the corner with a glass of wine in his hands. Okay.
Your red wine, right?
Yeah, and that's the normal mode for me, right? Which I
Yes.
feel very comfortable when you're, Department of Chemistry party. That's fine. Right? When you're
I would be way out of my league.
yeah, that's it's like where you don't have to say anything other than hello and just
Yes.
sit in the corner. I'm perfectly happy. But
Wow.
when you get to a Survivor gathering, that's it's like, yeah, I have to consciously do
Put
something
forth that.
different. Yeah, to push the boundaries, right? So
Yeah.
Is that something that Survivor taught you? Is that one of the big things you take away from it?
you really need to learn to connect with people more, right?
Mm.
In fact, I was just having a quote argument with my wife lately that, how come I don't hang out with my brother? I have a brother, he's a few years younger than me, and he lived close by, right? I don't hang out with him more and so on. I'm not mad. I mean, we grew up together, right? And I said, well, the difference is he talks too much, right? And sometimes when with some people, I don't know what to talk. I just sit.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean,
that's funny.
I get it. Like my husband is the same way. He's like, I don't need friends. I have you. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need to make a bunch of friends. I'm happy. And I'm like, what? I need to have like a million friends. I love people. I'm energized by people. He is exhausted by them.
Yeah, I'm
And I think
exhausted by people.
Yeah.
it's those analytical minds that you guys have. It's I think it does. It kind of it probably doesn't isolate you, but it makes you okay with isolation.
Right.
Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Be
So it's
okay with being inside myself.
yeah. And yeah,
So-
people like me probably struggle with that.
I'm curious, like, so if you said like being inside myself, like what happens inside your brain? What do you do? What is a conversation with yourself like?
Oh, all kinds. Trying to analyze the world and
I love this and I'm so curious about it though. Like what is your current thing that you can't stop analyzing?
Yes.
the current political situation is very
Mm.
depressing.
Of course. How can we not pick that apart?
And what's the aftermath, right? The different scenario of the aftermath. I mean, for me, is to be honest, it's the destruction of science. Okay.
Oh yeah, because
so they just discontinue all the science grant to foreign countries and so on, and that is devastating.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
horrible.
look at all the modern medicine they're not just this. It's a multinational corporation
Yeah.
that came up with the mRNA vaccines, right? Look at this year's Nobel Prizes for medicine from
Yes.
3 different countries, right? US, Japan, Australia. Okay. Look at chemistry that gave us the new molecular structure. We have made so many different material, some of which you probably don't see the results for whatever application till 25, 50 years later, but they're very important. And these are all multinational. No one country, no one group of brains can come up with what we have today.
Yeah.
Okay.
It takes an alliance.
A collective.
Yeah, it's an alliance. So that money spent, wasted on other. No, it comes back. They all come back.
Yeah.
Right. And to be so short-sighted, trying to figure out, at what point do we take a total dump, right? I mean, China is laughing all the way to the bank for their sciences, right? They have always wanted to beat the US in the sciences. Here's their chance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, how did you, being this scientific sort of analytical brain, how do you think that helped you in Survivor, especially your first season?
For example, some of the challenges, the individual challenges, right? So, for example, the bow and arrow challenge, the javelin challenge, it's like I seem to have nailed it, right? So since you've been on Survivor, you know that we don't get to practice, right?
Right.
You do all the long explanation and we go for it. But we get to do 2 rounds, right? And what you see on TV is our best effort.
Yes.
Right?
Nice.
Okay. So, for example, on the javelin throw, right? Fortunately, I was the second to last on each of the round, right?
So you got to watch
So I went on, and by the time I got on, nobody's javelin made it, right? Or if they did, because that's not a javelin. They cannot use a real javelin, right? It's what it's fishing spear.
Okay.
Right? It's not meant to be thrown that way, right? So when I got on, see people stand at that line, the foul line, and then just throw it. And many of them didn't even make it to the target.
Right.
Oh, wow.
Right. So when I got on, I decided that I'm going to do a running start.
Right? A run and throw.
The problem with running start is you cannot aim easily. Okay. But running start gives me the momentum to get it there. So that's why I first wait and see where the center point is. That's where you get the best balance. And I back up and start running to throw it. Now, I figured out, since nobody ever made it, all I need to do is make it and I win.
Yeah. You didn't need to be in the middle.
Right.
You just need to be on the board.
You just do a running side and I made it. Right.
Wow.
The funny thing is that on the second round, everybody saw what I did, right?
Yeah.
Nobody copied me.
Nobody copied you on the second round?
No.
What?
They all could stand there and just throw it, right? That bowl, right? It was the same challenge, right? There was a blowpipe, there was a javelin, and there was a bow. When it comes to a bow, that's not a real archer's bow, okay? Because if you had archery in school, you would, know what to do, right? It's a Fisher-Price toy. That thing ain't going anywhere. Right? We didn't know that, right?
Yeah.
So, and the arrows are not straight and so on. So the first thing I have to do is find the straightest arrow to go. And Jeff Probst made fun of me when I was doing this with the arrow to see if they're straight and say, "What are you doing?" Right? And so, again, because it tumbles, those things are not going to go anywhere. So I decide that the best way to launch this arrow is to launch it at 45 degrees. Now, based on physics, that's the longest distance. Anything will go for the same velocity. Starting velocity, you launch something at 45 degrees, you get the greatest distance, okay? You can do the calculation. You guys can take a look.
Oh, yeah. Let me get on that.
So that's why when it came to my turn, I knelt down and I lobbed it. Okay. Again, you cannot aim when you do that. But I don't care about aiming. All I need to do is get it there.
You're just wanting to make it.
Yeah. Again.
All I need to do is make it.
That's amazing.
Right.
And that was like science, you
Right.
know,
No,
like
yeah,
really
you
thought
think, yeah,
logically,
I think that way, right? So,
strategically through it. I
yes,
can't believe nobody followed your suit. I would have
yeah,
absolutely done the same
yeah.
thing. I would have been like,
The
yeah,
other
Leslie.
challenge where I got the advantage is the maze,
Oh.
right? We've had the
Yeah.
blindfolded
Oh,
maze.
yeah. How did you do that?
Right. Now, from the show, you see that, I beat Dreams by just a little bit, but that's not true. I beat him by 2 whole minutes.
Oh,
I was sitting and waiting, right? So there is a rule about running mazes. Before there was AI and computer chips and all that, right? They Institute for Electrical and Electronic Engineering would have an annual exhibition show, whatever, and in one of them, every time they have a competition among college students for different projects, right?
okay.
And this year, I think it was 1980 something, was you have to build a car that runs a maze, a toy car that runs a maze, right? And so they were encouraging the electrical engineering students to come up with computerized control and so on, right? But the college that won it, I forgot whether it's a USC or UCLA, they made a totally mechanical car that won it. And all it does, it hugs one of the walls. It has no brains, what I have is switch. It just hugs one of
Hugs
the
the
walls and it
walls.
keeps on. So the theory on mazes and topology is that if there's one entry and one exit, right, the way to run the
Right.
maze is to hold on to one wall and keep running as fast as you can.
What?
Right. The problem with running a maze, a blindfolded, is you end up going around in circles. Right.
Yes.
But if you hug one wall,
You're
you
not
always
going
get
to.
out. It doesn't matter what the configuration of maze is.
Oh my
So I
goodness.
get my hands on one wall and just run.
Wow.
Wait,
And I
so
kind of
you're blowing my mind here. How is this not more common knowledge? Like,
Well, it is now.
it is now. Well, because I ran a maze in Survivor
You
China
did,
blindfolded.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, well, why didn't I just hug the wall?
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I had to-
you may not have found the shortest way. You won't have found the shortest way.
but you're
you'll
gonna
find
find
your
your
way.
way.
But you won't go around in circles. That's all it matters. Right?
That's amazing.
And
Yau
just
Man.
follow it.
Leslie, that's
And just go.
amazing.
I see what you did there. That is so cool. I love
Well,
it.
there's your fun fact, future Survivor players. If you're
Yes.
ever in a blindfolded maze, hug the wall and run as fast as you
Right,
can.
like that.
Yes.
Just don't run into
It
another
only
wall.
works where there's one entry and one exit, right?
Mm.
And
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I
100%.
love that.
yeah,
Yeah.
you map out any maze and you say just follow it. Yeah, though you don't, not the shortest distance. It may be very
But you'll
long.
get there.
But you'll get there
Right,
while
you're
everybody else.
blindfolded and you try not to do that, you cannot go fast. Here you can go fast and you can run. You end up running in the wall in the front. You just turn and keep going. You go
I think
around.
that's amazing.
Amazing.
Wow. I love that. So okay, you also found a hidden idol in Fiji, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, I think I'm still I was first to make a fake idol.
A fake idol.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
yeah, I think you are the very first to do that because afterwards, I don't think it happened again until what, Gabon? Maybe? I know Bob did. I don't know if anybody did. Oh,
No,
Ozzy
I
with the
think
stick.
in
Ozzy.
one season somebody else made it and it got found and tried to use it. I forgot which season
It was a
Yeah.
stick.
Well, our season, a false idol was found. It wasn't
Right.
a fake idol,
Exactly.
and she tried to use that. But then in Micronesia, fans versus favorites, Ozzy made a
Ozzy found
stick,
Mhm.
and then Jason gave it to Eliza, and Eliza tried to use it.
to try to
Well,
use
she
that.
goes,
Yes.
it's a effing stick. Remember? It was like
Iconic.
the iconic line.
An iconic Survivor moment.
It was
Just
funny.
Serious, like, I mean, we're here with a legend who started the fake idol trend in
I love it.
Survivor. Like, this is pretty incredible. Like,
Yeah.
your resume for Survivor is like all basically from one season, and it's something that people will always remember. Like,
Yeah.
when I told a friend that we were having Yau-Man on this podcast, they were so excited because, so yes, thank you for
Well,
that.
you know what's so funny, yeah, man. My mom doesn't even watch Survivor. But she was like, well, who's on your show this week? I'm like, why do you even ask? You don't know. And I said, it's Yau-Man. She goes, I remember him. It's like, see, you've made an impression in people who don't even watch the
Thank
show.
you.
They're like, because they know how unique and fun and real and entertaining you were. So entertaining. So, okay. So, the show's a little different now. They do it always in Fiji. It's,
Yes.
shorter time, very, very diverse, which I love. I think it's great.
Right.
But like if you were to sit down with somebody who's getting ready to be on the show for the first time, what is some advice you would give them?
Learn to swim.
Learn to swim. Okay, that's really good advice.
There were 2 non-swimmers in my season. That's too funny.
Yeah, I don't know what
I'm a
they were thinking.
non-swimmer.
I can
can't
swim.
And we had 2, we had what, 3 water challenges, right?
Yeah, I mean, Fiji, like, okay, here's a fun fact for you, is I was a finalist to be on your season, Survivor Fiji, and I was cut. And then I made China instead. But I would have been a first, second, or third boot in Fiji because I can't swim. And so I would have been the one who was losing the challenges for my tribe. So I'm very grateful I wasn't on your season.
Yeah.
And I'm very glad I was on China because land.
Yeah. So
when they have it in China, I was so surprised. How did they pull it off?
it was intense.
We were the very first American show to ever fully film one entire season of anything in
They
China.
are so uptight about how they look to the world, right? I mean, it's this face thing for Chinese. So.
We got really lucky though because they were getting ready to have the Olympics there.
Oh,
and so the government.
That makes
Yeah,
So
the government was a little more open.
Yes.
And they also made sure, we just found this out. We had PG on the show and she told us that, they were like, you can film it here, but we don't want you just to film, in the remote location. We want people to see Shanghai. We want people to see Beijing. Right. We want people to see all of our, big tourist thing, like the wall and the terracotta warriors. They wanted to incorporate their culture, which I think is very fair. Because then you get a really good broad picture of what Survivor was. And I think, honestly, Survivor China had such a great, I don't know, the way that they represented their culture was beautiful. It was very good.
The rewards were incredible. Like I got to spend the night on the Great Wall, like that was great. That was crazy.
I got my watch stolen on the Great Wall. When we were touring after I got voted out. I know I had my watch on. It wasn't real, but it was like a Coach, but it was like fake that I had just bought for like $10. And I had it on my wrist and somebody like pulled it off my wrist. It was so crowded in the area that we were, because it was touristy.
Yeah.
And so that's my big awesome. China wall story.
No, I've been just complaining. I've been trying to go to China next year for a tour. Trying to get a Chinese tourist visa. What a pain.
Is it really?
Oh, yeah.
That's why there's so many companies who do it for you for $350.
Mm-hmm. So now you're going to be in December, right? You're going to Over the Edge. I am going to be there. Okay. Yeah. We'll have to have lunch or dinner or hang out. Right. So tell me about the charity that you're raising money for. What are you doing?
I was just starting to, in fact, this month, when I've been so busy, I've been just probably trying to just start on this whole process of getting set. Okay. I didn't even set up that website yet.
You didn't? Okay. Well, we'll get you there. Well, make sure you share it when you decide what you're going to do.
I'm going to do it sometime this weekend, and we'll do it.
Yeah, I'm raising money for the wildland firefighters. That my son is one of those, the federal workers, and they need support, and they need somebody to come alongside and advocate for them. It's a pretty rough job. It's hard for them to have a son doing that, and so I'm raising money for them so that they can. Yeah, it's been cool.
So I guess Yau-Man, what now? You've done so much in your life. What's next for Yau-Man?
No, I want to go to China and hold a panda bear.
Yeah, is that the bucket list?
That's a great goal.
A panda bear. I mean,
It's so funny that you say that because when they showed Survivor China, you would always see these pandas, and everybody's like, "Oh my gosh, did you get to hang around panda bears?" I'm like, "No, we didn't see many panda bears. They just had it as B-roll, I guess."
So in Chengdu, I guess one of the tours you get to volunteer to work in the sanctuary for half a day.
Really?
Yeah, you clean their poop and feed them.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
You pay for the
That's
privilege of doing that. So, but then you get the whole panda bear. I want a whole panda bear.
Oh, I need a picture of Yau-Man holding a panda bear.
Whole panda bear. I
We
want
need
it.
to
desperately
make
right
this
now.
happen. Yeah, you need
Yes.
we need
Well,
Yau-Man to hold a
Don't give
panda
up
bear.
on that little visa thing
Right.
or whatever, you know, keep
So
going because we need to
are
see
you-
this.
Do you have plans? Like, is it scheduled to go, or are you trying to go?
I have, yeah. So I found a couple of tours
Okay.
that will get me through the two places: the Xi'an, the warriors. You know, the
Terracotta.
Mhm.
yeah, and the panda bears. I just want to see that.
So cool.
Bucket
I want to
list.
see the Terracotta Warriors. I didn't get to see those. That
We,
would be.
we got to see that on our trip around China after being voted out. I know we really had a great trip. We saw the Tiger Leaping Gorge. We saw the Great Wall. We were
Oh,
at a 5-star resort in what was it, Shanghai. I mean, it was now we're all sick, mind you, like like deathly ill, but we got to go.
Well, now you can get the bullet train for all the Shanghai to Beijing,
Can
but
you?
the Beijing to Shanghai and to Chengdu and all this place all connected by, bullet trains.
That's
That's
amazing.
so cool.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
crazy. It's faster than the ones in Japan.
Wow.
And then they have the levitated trains from Shanghai. It's crazy.
Levitated?
It did, yeah. The
What does that
maglev
mean?
that it doesn't go on wheels. It's floating by
Is it like
magnetic.
magnetic?
Yeah, so there's no friction.
Oh my
That's
god.
how they go so fast.
This is like Jetsons stuff.
Yeah.
Levitating.
I was in the food court in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, a couple of years ago, and the food courts. There's so many vendors, and there's a common sitting place, and you have to go to the vendor, order the food you want, and go back to where you sit, and then there's a little robot deliver the food.
Oh my
Really?
goodness. That's crazy. Do you tip a
Malaysia?
robot?
Malaysia.
Do you have to tip a robot? You probably don't, do you?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Interesting.
That's so wow. I don't know.
The world has changed a lot over the last few
know.
years. Like I remember when the phone was in the wall, and the only way to get away from where everybody was to get a really long cord and to
Yes.
stretch it into the room and shut the door. You know that. And now look at this. I remember my sister and I laughing, saying there'll be a place where you can like be on a phone and see somebody one day. You know, probably way after we're gone.
I remember reading an article from some magazine about 30 years ago, and it mentioned talk about a phone, how the phone system has evolved. And by the time I was reading it, it's talking about, you now have all these features like, automatic forwarding. You can down number to forward your calls when you're in grandpa's place to hang out and so on. Right? But
That's
the guy who's commenting say, at some point, the phone is no longer a location space, right? It's a personal space that everyone will have your own number. Well, here we are. Everybody have all number.
It's like Squid Game.
Yeah.
I mean, it's true. All of us have, that's weird.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
personal number.
Interesting. Well, yeah, man, you have been so much fun to talk to. I love everywhere this conversation went. It was so fun. But as we wrap up, what would you want to leave our sweet little Survivor fans with? What would you want to say to them?
Well, thanks for watching the show and for liking me so much. I don't know what I did to deserve it, but it's so surprising to be recognized, 16 years later on the street. Yeah, I was in Budapest 3 years ago, and some Hungarian fan recognized me.
Amazing.
Oh my word.
I
That's
know.
amazing.
It's like, really?
You're a legend. I love it.
It's quite an experience for me. It's a lifetime thing.
Mhm.
I'm very grateful to be on. So
Awesome.
I love that. And seriously, Yau-Man, thank you for joining us.
thank you for having me. I'm
You
glad
were
to
so
catch
fun.
up.
Time
Okay.
with us, like you're just, it's so exciting. As a Survivor fan, it's exciting for me to be able to chat with you and
Yeah,
just
Thank
just
learn
be
a
in your
little bit
presence.
more.
So fun.
Hope to talk to you. Let's see more.
Yes. Yeah. I'll see you in December. And, we can talk about some of the things we've talked about online. We've kind of
Okay.
messaged back and forth. He's been very supportive in my coming out of religion, and just very, very kind. And
I have kept some of the best books in the subject.
yeah,
I may bring it to you because I have already read.
please. Yes.
Now there's so many podcasts and so on.
I know.
That's
I have
awesome.
one too.
But now
I
it's
love
easy.
that.
But yeah.
It's so
Now,
good though. I think people are just waking up. Like, let's
read
learn to
read
think
books by
critically.
Todd Leslie.
Bart Ehrman, he's amazing.
Amazing. Yes, he's
Amazing.
amazing. I went to a lot of his talks when I was still
Mhm.
in university. Yeah,
Yeah,
really,
he's very
really
balanced.
good guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, great. Well, thank you for that. I love that we have that in common too. So we'll have some good conversations in December, I have a feeling. So looking
Okay.
forward to seeing you.
Awesome.
Thank you
Well,
so much, Yau-Man. You have a great day.
You
have a
too.
wonderful day,
Bye.
young man. Bye
We'll see
bye.
ya. Love it. Love it.
Wow.
He was so much fun. So
He's such a
wow.
cool guy.
What
I
a
love Yao
legend.
Man. I love he's one of those kind of people that I can just imagine sitting down and having one of these conversations about all of his his science and analytical brain. I would have no idea what he was talking about, but it would be really fascinating to see those gears turn.
Well, I think it's important for someone like me who is, I make it sound like I'm stupid. I'm not stupid. I'm very
Yes.
smart, but I'm more, I think, emotionally intelligent than I am like analytically intelligent. And I feel like having people like him in my life, and my husband who's very similar, it's so important. And I think that's one of the things I'm starting to wake up to in this life is like, and I think Survivor helped me kind of shake out of my slumber with this, is that it takes everyone. So like,
Yes, absolutely.
you don't have to be like the person that you admire. You don't have to be like that. You have to be 100% you, because what
Yes.
you're bringing to the table is what is going to make an impact in the world. And
Absolutely.
like learning that and not trying to fit into stereotypes, and just being yourself, man.
He's a fascinating guy. He's really, I mean, I didn't realize he was 55 when he played
I know that's like my
Survivor
age.
Fiji.
Like, well,
So,
I'm 56, but yeah.
but that's just impressive, and it's
I
really
know.
incredible. And he used science to help himself out in the challenges. Like, that is wild to me. I mean, yeah, he's a
I would
cool
be
guy.
like, I don't care what time I go in this challenge, but I want to go right after him.
Yeah, let me watch Yau-Man first, please.
Watch his way to go first.
That's
Well,
crazy.
it was fun, and we've just loved doing these podcasts for you guys. I hope you're enjoying the content, because man, I like giggle and smile so much. Like every time I'm like, oh, afterwards my face hurts.
It has been so much fun. I mean, just the idea of sitting down and having a conversation with people that we feel like we know, but like we
Yes.
don't actually really know them, but we're
I know.
getting to know them. I love
Yeah.
that. It's been
super
really
fun.
fun. Yeah.
Well, and if you want to be in touch, if you have questions, maybe there's somebody that you want us to have on the show, like tell us why. What kind of questions do you want us to ask them? And also reach out, send an email if you need to, beyondthetorch@gmail.com. You can also leave a voicemail. You know this, we tell you every single show because we love to hear your sweet little voices. You can leave a voicemail. It's right there in the show notes. All you gotta do is click a link and it'll take you there. 90 seconds,
Easy.
up to 90 seconds. So
Easy peasy.
yeah, please, let us hear from you. You're why we do this, and also because we love it, and we love each other, and we love Survivor. And I feel like that little girl. Do you remember a while ago when that little girl who would stand in front of the mirror and she'd go, "I'm amazing, and I'm so terrific, and I love my mom, and I love my dad." Yeah, that. I feel like that sometimes when I talk about Survivor. But it has been so great for me because my life, like I told you, I think in one of the first episodes, was so heavy for so long, like coming out of religion and just rest. I felt like I was coming out of the mud, like in that challenge in China where the big balls were rolled around.
Yes.
Ashley tackled me. That's what it felt like. And I feel like this is so good.
Just completely off topic, but you actually can say that you were tackled by a WW diva.
Right? And she
That's
apologized.
pretty awesome.
She, as soon as she threw me, and she goes, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Are you okay?"
It's like,
So sweet.
that's
And I was
something
like,
for the books.
No, I'm not okay. This is so cool. I'm in the middle of a mud pit in China getting, slammed by a wrestler. But anyway, you guys, thank you so much. We adore you. We could talk all day, but we will let you go. Have an amazing day. And don't forget to tune in next week right here on Beyond the Torch.
Woohoo!